guys, so today I'm going to be giving you a full campus tour of Purdue. So just watch along to see Purdue in the springtime because it's beautiful out. So this is Wiley Residence Hall where Ben, my boyfriend, lives. And there's my bike, the one with the black baskets. I also have the yellow one. I have two bikes. It's a really good idea to bring bikes to campus because you can get to class in literally 3 minutes, and I like to sleep in, so I use that a lot. And if you're a student and you have a parking pass, you can park here. Usually freshmen don't have parking passes, so you can't bring your car if you're a freshman, but upperclassmen can. There's Wiley Dining Court. That's where we always go for breakfast. They have really good smoky links. And each student has a meal plan, and mine, you can use 10 meal swipes a week. So you can go to the dining courts 10 times. So there's also like 7 tracks where you have 7, it costs a little less. And there's unlimited, which is what Ben has. There's a 14 as well. I used to have the 14, but I don't go that often, so I switched to the 10. This is another residence hall, and the Chick-fil-A is like right over there on the other side. So this is a sorority house. There's some apartments. The Chick-fil-A is in this building right here. Oh, and these are all just like, I think that's a sorority, I'm pretty sure. And these are just like random buildings that I don't know what they are. There's the Chick-fil-A. So this is the bus, and so City Bus partnered with Purdue University so that all Purdue University students have free bus passes. You can go anywhere on campus that the bus goes. You can go off campus. I have used it in the past to go to Walmart to get like shampoo and stuff. So it's really nice because I don't have a car since I'm a freshman. So it's a really good way to get off campus and see more of West Lafayette and just Lafayette in general. This is the Black Cultural Center. I think there's a total of 5 cultural centers on campus, and I think that's a really good thing to have. You can learn more about different cultures and different people, and there you can sort of see, we'll walk closer to it, the world's largest drum. That's the thing that we're known for, and you can always see it at football games and at anything where the marching band plays. Here's the Honors College. I got into the Honors College, but it's really expensive to stay there, so I chose not to stay there. So this is 3rd Street. They have these planters and barriers up so that no cars can come down this street. And as you can see, there is a bike path, and bikers hate it when pedestrians walk in the bike path. I can say that as a biker person myself. Don't walk in the bike path or else like you'll get hated on. So yeah, this is just like a walking street, I guess. There's a Starbucks over here. There are like, are there 3 or 4 different Starbucks on campus? I don't know. Ben doesn't like Starbucks, so he doesn't know either. There's also an Amazon pickup like right over here. So if you order anything on Amazon, it can be shipped directly to your residence hall or your apartment, or it can just be shipped there, like right on campus. And there are these nice, you see these yellow chairs? You can sit there during the summer and springtime with your friends, and some of them have like little fireplaces, and you can have s'mores, and you can be all nice and cozy, and it's so nice. This is Windsor, which is an all-girls dorm, and then in the basement there's a dining hall, Windsor Dining Hall, or Dining Court, sorry. But it's really good. There's a Starbucks, as I mentioned. There's a fire hydrant. Over there is Croc Lawn. It's just a bunch of grass. And right over there is Wiley Dining Court, as I mentioned before. And on Croc Lawn they have different events, and you can play like football and stuff with your friends there. And I really think that Windsor is so beautiful. I kind of wish I got into Windsor. I'm in Owen right now, which is one of, it's really windy, sorry. It's one of the oldest residence halls on campus. So it's kind of like worn out, run down. And my section used to be a guy's section, so the bathroom has urinals in it, which is kind of funny. But yeah, this is like, there's a fireplace next to those chairs. There's some like patio chairs and like umbrellas. There's some foosball, and there are pianos. You see this white tent? It has a piano under it. There are pianos all over campus. So if you like to play the piano, if you want to learn how, just sit down and start playing. Nobody will judge you. I'm sure if I did it, people would judge me because I can't play the piano and it would sound horrible, like cats crying. But oh, here we see this guy on his tiny makeshift train. That's cool. So this is the co-rec, the gym. So it's nice because the co-rec is right by like everything. Like Ben's dorm is right there, and then my dorm is just down there. So it's like 0.2 miles away from my dorm, I think. And it's just like a 30-second walk for Ben. So this is inside the co-rec. There's a very large rock climbing wall. There's a basketball court. So this is a really good smoothie place, Freshens. They have really good smoothies for $7. This is the member services. If you want to buy a membership, you can. All the Purdue students get one for free. But if you're faculty, you do have to purchase one on your own means. And so when you want to walk into the co-rec, you have to go over here. You have to scan this thing. So you scan this just with your phone. There are 4 different levels plus the basement. So you can see all the different things that the co-rec has to offer. My favorite is it this one? No, it's the basement, because that's where all the heavy lifting stuff is. So I'm just gonna go floor by floor and give you guys a little tour. So this is the basement, my favorite. So these are all the weightlifting machines. The lower gym, which most of the stuff in this room that I just showed you is upper body, and then this you can do squats, you can do deadlifts, you can do a bunch of like lower body stuff. So this is really nice, and again, it's free to all students, so I come here a lot. There's also a lot of cardio equipment. This is just one level. The level above this, level 1, has a lot more. This is the gaming room. You have to pay $65 a semester to be able to use their equipment, and as you can see, it has a full PC gaming system. It looks really nice actually, but I have my own gaming equipment, so I don't use that personally. But I think it is really nice that they have this, especially in the co-rec. So this is the wrestling room. It's called a multi-purpose room. You're not supposed to step on the mats, so I'm trying not to. But I come in here a lot to do cartwheels. I don't know if you guys saw that in my first video, my intro video, but I've been practicing cartwheels. I've been doing it for a couple weeks, and they're not perfect, but I try my best, and that's all I can do. A lot of my friends wrestle in here. A lot of my friends do MMA fights, so they practice in there a lot. And then here's where you find like the, what is that called? Boxing bag thing. Very cool. And then this is another multi-purpose room. This is usually where the cheerleaders practice. And then there's just a nice little spot where you can sit. Here's a cycling studio. They have free cycling classes that you can go to. Like, look at these. And these are all free. They have an app called RecWell where you can see the different classes and the times. And these are the different lockers you can put your stuff in. There's so many of them. So this is another part of the basement. It has all the benches, the incline benches, and there's more like squat stuff and more heavy deadlift stuff over here. And each room usually has a big mirror so you can see yourself, which is really nice because I always like to see how my hair is looking. Usually it's looking pretty frizzy. So, and then here is a more advanced climbing wall. My boyfriend and some of my friends like to do this. I don't. I mean, honestly, I haven't tried, but I don't think I would be able to. Because, like, that looks hard to me, and I don't think I could do it. So now we're gonna go up a level, and now we're on level 1. So over here, we have some locker rooms. These are the family and multi-gender locker rooms. And then there's also men and women's over here. Here's the women's. There's the men's. And then over here is the aquatic center. So they do have a pool over here, which I'm just gonna show you. Somebody's in the sauna. Yeah, so they have a sauna right here. They have a really big pool that you can do laps in, and then they have just like a leisure pool, and you have a nice view of the basement from here as well. There are also some vending machines here, which is good in case your blood sugar gets low. And so over here is just a place where you can sit and study if you need to. And then there's another view of the pool. So as I said, there's a leisurely side of the swimming pool, and then over there is where you can swim laps. And there's also a hot tub right over here. And this is a mannequin. Pretty cool. So yeah, and we have, I think, at least 3 lifeguards on duty at all times when there are people, but it's not open right now. So here are the gold and black gym courts. Here is one of the courts, and then here's the other. You can play basketball in there. And then here is the feature gym. There are a lot of places to play basketball. There's a lot of places to do pretty much anything. Any type of sport you can think of, Purdue probably has it in the co-rec. Like there's racquetball, there's like pickleball, there's all these different sorts of things, and it is so cool. And in order to play these sports, you need to check out some things. Like if you're gonna play tennis, you need to check out a tennis racket and stuff. You don't have to pay for it, but you do need to check it out, which you need your Purdue ID for, which is just on your phone. So pretty much anywhere on campus, if you need something, just use your phone and you'll be fine. So this is more cardio. I spent a lot of time in this room because summer's a-coming and I'm not ready. So now we're gonna go up a level. So this is level 2, the main level. And so that's where I checked in. And if you go over here, there are a lot of different courts for any of the sports that you want to play, like I was talking about earlier. So here is the administrative offices section. I've never been in there. I don't really know why you would use that. I don't personally need to, but here's a conference room. Push physical therapy. So if you need a physical therapist, they have some on campus. And you can see some massage chairs, which is awesome. Racquetball and squash. Let's go over here. I'm definitely getting my steps in with today's video, guys. So, oh, it is open. Okay. You can play racquetball in here. I've never played racquetball, so I have no idea. That looks scary to me. But if you're a racquetball fanatic, then go for it. There are so many different things. Oh, and these are all just racquetball courts. And then there's also, hi, if you can see in there, you can play table tennis or like ping pong or whatever you'd like. Another good thing is that there are hand sanitizers all over the co-rec and all over campus. They're all over. So if you need to sanitize your hands, you are definitely able to. And there are also these water bottle stations where if you put your water bottle there, you can fill up your water bottle. And of course, you can drink from it. And we also do recycle. There are a lot of recycling bins and of course, just regular trash bins. Another good thing is that these massage chairs are completely free. Usually when you go to a mall or something, you have to pay a few dollars to use them. But at Purdue, they're completely free. This is another room. There's a bunch of cardio. There's also some pole machines, some weightlifting stuff. And then there's another staircase, but we are going to go up, so we are not going to be using that one today. There are also a multitude of bathrooms all around campus. There are women's, men's, they're single-stalled. There are some that are multi-gender, so they're very inclusive for everybody. If you are needing to go to the bathroom, we've got you covered. There is no need to feel uncomfortable or anything. It's a very inclusive campus, and it's just a really great community. So we are now on level 2, and as you can see, there's a volleyball net that is set up. There's also basketball. There's so much basketball here, it's crazy. And here's some more seating areas. There's some foosball. There's literally anything you want. So here's the atrium track. So 9.5 laps equals 1 mile. And so it's this entire thing. And there's some workout equipment over there. There's some workout equipment over there. And it's really nice. And you have a nice view of the lower levels. So here it looks like it's a dance room. That's actually beautiful. I've never been over here before, but that's a multi-purpose room. And then here's another one. So today's reservations. Oh, it's yoga. I should go to yoga sometime. I've been meaning to, but I just don't because I didn't even know this existed. See, you see new things every day. So there's even more cardio stuff over here, which is really nice. This is like more secluded, more private. And I know some people might be nervous about going to the gym because like, oh, what if people are gonna look at me? What if people are gonna judge me? Nobody cares. Nobody's looking at you. Nobody's judging you. Like, everyone's just too worried about themselves to be worried about anybody else. I know when I go to the gym, I'm nervous. I'm just like, oh my goodness, everyone's judging me. But nobody is, I promise. So this is level 4. I've only been up here once. I usually don't come up here. But this is, I think it's just a big... yeah, it's just a big track around. So that's pretty nice. There's not much else. There's a faculty staff fitness where it's only faculty and staff, which is nice. And also they have an elevator. So if anybody needs to use the elevator, if they're tired after their workout, if they're differently abled, you can use the elevator if you need to. So we just left the co-rec. And here is a tour. This is the residential areas. This isn't where classes are, but we will show you where classes are in just a little bit. So this is 3rd Street Market, and you can use your dining dollars to get pretty much anything you need here. They sell anything from food to like Tide Pods to like drinks, just anything you want. It's just like a grocery store / convenience market. And then here is the Starbucks, which I actually just ordered at. I got a mocha latte because I love mocha lattes. It just tastes like chocolate milk. I get it iced, so it tastes so good. So here we are. I am enjoying my beautiful drink, and Ben is sitting there. And we have this beautiful view. Purdue is so beautiful during the springtime. So another thing in the Honors College, there's this place called Scoops, which is a new ice cream place. I went there once. I got the brownie fudge sundae and it was really good. There's also a club that does free bike repairs, which is awesome. So if your bike is not working for any reason, they can help you. So now I'm crossing the street. All right, man. Thanks for waiting for me. So this is, how do you say that? Bechtel?
Yeah.
Innovation Design Center. I've never been in there. Didn't you do your project or something in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh, wait. Ben, come here. So here's the world's largest drum. You know, I walk by this every day, and to me it's just there. But people come, like, from all over to see this. How big it is compared to me, and I'm 5'10". So, that's pretty cool, right? This one's a frat, this one right here. We actually went to a party there because Ben has frat friends. I don't, but he does. And then this is a sorority. Look at that tree, it's beautiful. And so, they're constantly doing construction. So this is a new apartment complex. They've been doing construction on it since, I think since last semester. It's been a while. This road, there are a bunch of different sororities and fraternities. This one's really pretty, Delta Gamma. And then this frat, I think it's really pretty. Another thing, these steps, I think they're meant to represent the first men on the moon, because there's a whole memorial to Neil Armstrong. We have a whole building named after Neil Armstrong. So one of the things in BGR, which is Boiler Gold Rush, the freshmen come down to Purdue a whole week early, and they get to have like all these different things on campus. You get a tour and you get to go to these like diversity speeches and talks. You get to go to Ross-Ade Stadium, which is our football stadium, and you just get to see what it's all about. Here are the Vios. So everybody uses these scooters to get around. It costs $1 to unlock, and then I think like 39 or 35 cents a minute to ride around. It's not that bad, but if you don't have a bike, it's definitely a good option if you are in the time crunch and you need to get to your class really quickly. So this is the armory. I'm not really sure what's in there. It's like ROTC stuff, I believe, and I think like fencing equipment's in there, but that's all I know about that. So this is Elliott Hall of Music. So as you can see by these posters, there are a bunch of different plays and musicals and different speeches and stuff that can be held here. I went and saw Hadestown, which is the second poster, and it was so good. I went with my friend Lexi. It was such a good experience. Oh, there's the psych building. So I'm in psych class, and so you have to do these credit hours, these SONA credit hours, where you have to participate in research studies. So my research studies are all in that building. So this is the bell tower, and so there is a, what's the word for it, Ben? A superstition that if you walk under the bell tower, you will not graduate in 4 years. Like, you either won't graduate or it'll take you longer because you'll like fail your classes. And I don't believe in superstitions, so I walked under it multiple times, but Ben refuses to walk under it. So this is the walk, and here it's a really good place to do all your studying. There are libraries, there are so many places to sit. So there is the little bakery slash cafe. Sometimes I go there and I get a nice little latte or a smoothie or something. Their sandwiches are kind of expensive, so I usually don't get those. They're like $10 for this little tiny sandwich. So I don't get food from there. It's usually pretty expensive, but it's also one of the only places that is directly on campus that has food. So all of the dining courts are by the residential areas, so there's not really a lot of food options on campus except for the stuff where you actually have to pay. But also at that little cafe, you can use your dining dollars. And so with my meal plan, since I'm on the 10 track, I have $550 dining dollars per semester that I get to spend. Another thing, I am a Lilly Scholar, so I don't have to pay for my tuition. And then I had enough scholarships to cover my room and board for this year. So I am very blessed for that. And here they're doing more construction. I don't know what they're building here. Another ritual is putting bikes in trees. So whenever you see a bike that is not tied up with a lock, you're supposed to put it in a tree. And my bike has never been put in a tree. I may have put someone's bike in a tree. Maybe. I can't confirm or deny that statement. So this is the Purdue Memorial Union, which is one of the best things on campus. It is so big, and there's the Union Club Hotel, which is over there. It's like $700 a night. It's insane. But I actually stayed a night there with Lilly Scholars, the organization that gave me my tuition scholarship, and it was so cool. They have these cool robes, like, you know those robes you see on TV with like that in Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts, where she's wearing that fancy pants robe? It was like that, and it was so cool, and I felt like a movie star. It was so awesome. But if you're just staying here for a weekend, the Union Club Hotel is really nice. If you have the means to go, definitely try it at least once, because it's really, really nice. So this room is one of my favorites. This has the flags from the countries of all of the Purdue students and faculty that have ever attended Purdue University. And it is so cool to me. Like, we are so diverse. There are so many people that have come here. And this room is just so cool. So this is the main floor of the Union. There's also an upstairs. And so if you keep going over there, you can see the North Ballroom, but I can show you the South Ballroom. There are these awesome, I don't know if they're unlocked. Oh. Okay, so this is the South Ballroom. And they have these ballrooms for conferences, for dancing, and just anything. You can reserve a spot, you can rent it out, you can use it for convocations and such. But now I'm gonna leave because I don't think I'm supposed to be here. That guy looked at me like, what are you doing in here? Here's another hand sanitizer. So if you go downstairs, there are so many different food options available that you can use your dining dollars for. So here's one. They have, what do they have here? I think they have like ice cream stuff. They used to have tacos, but I don't think they do anymore. I think they rotate it. Here they have chicken tenders. I've never been there. This is where I usually go. I usually go to Zen Poke. It's really, really good. I usually get orange chicken with white rice and pineapple. They also have pizza, and here's sushi. And they also have a Starbucks over there, which is really nice. And they have a variety of seating. It's usually all taken, especially in the evenings, because everybody's always at the Union. Because it's right on campus. It's where the majority of the food is on campus. There's a place called Walk-Ons over there. They don't take dining dollars. You need to use your real money. And then here's one. You can get some like authentic cultural cuisine, which is really nice if you want to expand your taste buds. So yeah, here's a map of the PMU, and there we go. And sometimes there are different tables there. Sometimes there's a stand-up comedian there. Sometimes there's a person playing the ukulele, playing the guitar, singing there. And then there's an Asian grill. There's the Starbucks. I heart Starbucks. I go there quite often. You can see where the guided tour is. If you stand in the middle of that circle, if you clap, it will make this like weird ringing sound, which only you can hear. Nobody else can hear unless they're in the middle with you. And if you talk while you're in the middle of the circle, it's called the clapping circle. If you talk while you're in the middle, it sounds to you like you're echoing, but it doesn't sound like that to anyone else. It's really weird. This engineer designed it so that you could give a class, a lecture outside, but then it didn't actually end up working. As I said, like only you can hear it, echoing, and like to you it sounds really loud, but to everyone else, if they're not in the middle of the circle, it just sounds normal. So it didn't end up working, but now it's a pretty important part of the Purdue campus, and I always see campus tours there, and they're all clapping, and to me it just sounds like clapping, but to them you can hear the ringing. So I always think that that's a cool little spot to show my friends who are visiting from out of town. So this is Wetherell Hall of Chemistry, and so this is where all my chem classes last semester were. I don't have chem this semester. I have bio, but I had bio and chem last semester. It's a pretty old building, but there is an elevator in there. There's an elevator, I think, in like every building. So it's really nice for those of you who are differently abled and need the elevator. So this is the Memorial Mall. So a lot of events can take place there. It's just a nice open area where people can host events. A mental health awareness event where they had free food and free stuffed animals. I think there was cotton candy, right? And it was so good. So usually in front of the walk, there are a lot of different organizations promoting their stuff. I don't know what this is. What is this? Purdue fencing. So this is the engineering fountain. This is like the #1 fountain on campus. We have a few, and during BGR, which the freshmen partake in, you get to do a fountain run, and you get to run through all the different fountains. It's like 0.7 miles, something like that. So when this is on, it's really beautiful, and it has lights in the nighttime. Here, let's just walk through it. And you can just like run up here. Some people I see doing like parkour activities and stuff. I can't do that. Another beautiful, oh, look at those flowers. Another beautiful road, which cars can't go on. Of course, it's just a big crosswalk. But what is this? This is the Hall of Chemical Engineering. So if you're in engineering, your classes are probably going to be here. This is the Hall of Data Science and AI. I haven't had any classes in any of these buildings, so I don't know much about it, but they are all right here. Campus is probably only like a mile long. It's really not that bad. Like the longest time it would take you to walk from one class to another, I'd say like max 20-25 minutes if it's like really far away. But usually my classes are only a couple minutes away, especially on my bike. Makes it so much easier. You see a bunch of kids with scooters and with bikes, and a lot with skateboards and like electric skateboards. If I had the balance, I would get an electric skateboard, but I can't even regular skateboard, so that wouldn't work for me. So this is the Hall of Civil Engineering, and over here, this is the pharmacy. So if you need any medicines or anything, you can get them filled at this pharmacy right here on campus. It's only like a half a mile walk from my dorm. Actually less than that. It's probably 0.3 miles away. It's really not far at all. And as we near the residential areas, less classroom buildings will be there, and more residence halls, more dining courts will start to show up. And also this is where you go if you're sick. You can see the little medical symbol there. So you can go there. What's it called? Push? Yeah. Purdue University Student Health Center. So this is the Neil Armstrong Hall of Engineering. So here it is, and there's Ben. It's so pretty. And then there is another frat. We just stumbled across this frat, and I don't know what they're doing, but
no, that's
you can see that. So you had to pay $5 for a Red Bull, a donut, and for some throws to try to sink that guy. So it's all for mental health, suicide prevention awareness. Oh, he fell in. Carrie's really pretty. It's all guys. And then there's this place called Famous Frank's in the basement that has a lot of fried foods. There are hot dogs, they have really good milkshakes. They have pretty much like anything you want that's not very healthy, they probably have it. And so here is Ford Dining Hall, which is right by my residence hall, or dining court. I always say dining hall, it's not even, I don't know. But Ford is probably my favorite because they have the best hot chocolate on campus. It's so nice in the dining courts because they have a very large variety of food. They have different things almost every day, and there are 5 different dining courts to choose from, and they have vegan options, vegetarian options. They have so many different options for whatever meal plan you're on. So we are now walking Ben back to his dorm, and then I'm gonna walk to mine. So everyone give a big round of applause for Ben. Thank you, Ben. Woo! Insert clapping sounds there. All right, bye-bye, Ben. This is my bike. My dad got it for me. It has these really nice big baskets, and I can put my backpack back here, which is super nice. I got some pins on here, register to vote, some nice little pins, and always make sure to lock up your bike with a good lock. Usually during the week, all of these parking spots are taken. They're usually extremely hard to find an available parking spot, but since it is Friday, a lot of students are going home for the weekend because it is Easter on Sunday, And today is Good Friday. Happy Good Friday to everyone who celebrates. Wonderful day. And I'm currently riding one-handed. Try not to fall since my balance is pretty bad. So this is Tarkington Hall, which is another residence hall. It's all boys. And in the basement, there is this pizza place called Pizza. You can use one meal swipe and you get an entire pizza. And it's actually a really good sized pizza. This is my residence hall, Owen Hall. It's co-ed, so this side is all girls and then that side is all guys. And then there's a lobby in between. This is Slater Hill. Slater Hill, there are concerts, there's musical shows, there's a bunch of things that happen there. And then Ross-Ade Stadium, you can see it through the trees. It's just right over there. So anytime there is a football game, I'm always woken by people cheering, sirens going off, the police, and everything. There is also the track over there. You can see where the throwers practice, and there's the track where they run. Another good thing about the campus is this emergency button. Anytime you feel unsafe and you need a police escort, or if someone is harassing you or something, you can just press this button. And Purdue has its own police officers. It has its own police department and it has its own fire department. So they will be there right away. You can see this nice water tower that's huge. And it's right by my hall. This is a really ideal location because it's just right by everything. Like, it's right by the dining court over there. It's right by the Wiley dining court over there. It's right by Slater. It's right by Ross-Ade. It's right by everything. There's also Mackey Arena, which is the basketball arena. And it is just right over there past 4th. And there's another bus. So yeah, I think this is all for outside. There are some more frats and sororities over there, and everything is in walking distance. If you do park your car here without a permit, you might get a ticket. And I think it's like, how much is it? It's either 35 or 75. I'm not sure. I know it ends in a 5. But you have to pay a fine if you do get a ticket. Oh my gosh. The Boilermaker special is coming. Okay, I'm just gonna stay here for a minute then. So our mascot for Purdue is Boilermaker Pete and the Boilermaker special. So the Boilermaker special is this cool train that we're about to see. And then Boilermaker Pete, he's this guy, he's our mascot. He has a huge head. He goes to all the football games, basketball games, and he always has a basketball jersey on. Here's the Boilermaker special. I've actually gotten the honor to ride on the Boilermaker special with Lily Scholars. It was one of our events, and it was such a cool experience. I enjoyed it so much. So yeah, if you're in an organization where you get the opportunity to do this, I would definitely not pass that up because it is such a cool experience. It's definitely once in a lifetime. The guy waved at me, thank you. So yeah, that is so cool to see that and share it with you guys. Okay, I'm gonna stop filming for a minute because I need to cross the road. So there is a police officer there, and they are just flying. It's insane. I actually see police officers almost every day. It's crazy. There's always an ambulance. There's always somebody getting hurt, which is really sad. But it's crazy to see because I come from such a small town that seeing all these people and just being by so many people every single day is so crazy to me. And as I said, I do come from a small town, so the adjustment period at first was really difficult for me. But let me show you around my residence hall. So these are the hallways in Owen Residence Hall. And the RAs, the resident assistants, can put whatever they want on people's doors and just in the hallway. So this is the second floor. So if we go over here, through these doors, we can see the lobby, pretty trees outside. So this is the lobby. Both guys and girls can go into the lobby. And it is so nice. Here's the business office service center. I'm not really sure what they do in there, but yeah, so this is the lobby. And then there's also a basement which I will show you guys. So if you have any questions, any deliveries, if you need to get some pool stuff to play pool, if you need like a foosball ball, you can rent it from the front desk. You just need your Purdue ID. And as you can see in there, we have pool tables, we have foosball, we have a projector, we have a bunch of different seating arrangements. And there's an elevator for people who are differently abled. And these are the guest bathrooms. So there's a women's and a men's or multi-gender. It's just single stall, so anyone can use it. And so then we're gonna go to the basement. Another sanitizer, more bathrooms. And these ones expressly say male or female. Elevator. So yeah, this is the basement. And in the basement, there is a printing room. You can make copies. I don't know where there's balloons on the floor, but you can do this free of charge. Purdue funds all of it. So this is the laundry room. If you come in here, you can see there are different vending machines in the basement. There's an ice machine, which is super nice because it gets super hot in the summertime. And my dorm doesn't have air conditioning. You have to pay extra to have air conditioning to live in a nicer dorm, but I did not do that. So, but there are still a bunch of different great things about this dorm. Next year I'm gonna be in a single, so I'm gonna have air conditioning then, but this year I don't. Excuse me. So this is the laundry room. There's lost and found, folding and ironing place. These are the dryers. These are the washers. And there is an app that you can download on your phone and you can put money on it to be able to use these. It's $2.50 for one washer load, and then it's $2 for a dryer load. So doing your week's worth of laundry would only be $4.50. I say only as if I know how much it usually costs. I don't know. I've never done it at a laundromat or anything. I've only ever done my laundry at home. But it is nice having that so accessible. And it is so nice to have just right below you. And so this is a good place to study. There's a lot of different seating here. There's a fan, it's not plugged in. But a lot of people come here to study. So these are the mailboxes that each dorm will have. You can see some mail is in there, and you will get a combination to unlock yours. Mine is 359, and as you can see, there's one in there. So now I'm gonna enter in my code, which, sorry, I'm not gonna show you guys, but I'm about to get my mail, and let's do it. So this is the letter that I got in the mail. It's from the Lilly Scholars Network team. And this is the kitchenette. You have to, it's locked, so you have to get the key from the front desk at the lobby. But it is nice because there's an oven, there's a stove, there's a bunch of different cooking supplies that you can use. Some people even have dorms in the basement, which I don't, but fit check. And there's also a bathroom right there. LeBron James. Another thing is there are elevators in here, just in case you need them. I'm on the 3rd floor. There are 4 floors in Owen. I wish I was on the 2nd or the basement, but it's only 3 flights of stairs. It's not that bad. So just consider myself lucky I'm not on the 4th. So this is my floor. We have this mop sink, which is where you can do your dishes. And usually there is a broom in here, but somebody's using it right now. There's some dish soap, paper towels, and a sink, so you can do all of your dishes. There's also a water bottle filler, and I'll show you guys the bathrooms. So here's the sinks. There are 6, and there are 2 bathrooms in each hall. So here is the bathrooms. There are 5 different stalls and urinals because, as I said earlier, this used to be the door likes to talk, I guess. This used to be an all-guys dorm, so there, of course, are going to be men's utilities in here as well. Here are the showers. They're just your basic showers with the curtains. that don't really close all the way, but it's okay, we make do. There are 4 different stalls in each side, and the best one is definitely this one. It's definitely this one because this is the only one that gets actually warm. So yeah, 3rd floor Owen on the left side. If you guys are in there, now you know my secrets. So this is my room, and the RA put these on the door. Here's mine, here's my roommate's. So if we walk in, we can see, I just throw my clothes on the ground because sometimes I'm lazy, but I have some decor. Ben painted this of me, and then we made this together. Ben gave me those. I just have a bunch of stuff from Ben. Here's my Minecraft toy collection, and I'm drawing a flower from Ben. I got this from the Charlie Kirk event. Very cool, very educational. Got my tote bags, my clothes, my shoes, my chair. Got that from a craft show. And here's just my stuff, my gaming stuff, my backpack, my bags, and then the broken mirror. I broke it. And it's super hot in the rooms because we don't have AC, but the view is really good because we have a nice view of Slater Hill. But as I said earlier, it's super loud whenever there's games, so just like beware. If you have to room at Owen, just beware, like you're gonna be woken up by sirens. So this is the end of my campus tour vlog. I hope you guys learned a lot, and I hope you guys enjoyed. So if you like this video, please give it a like and make sure to subscribe if you want to. I appreciate you just being here, so no pressure. And thank you and have a wonderful day.